Look, I've often described myself as something of a video game flapper. When I flap at video games, it's almost always down to a skill issue. But I'll tell you this right now, never in my life have I flapped so hard and enjoyed every single second of it. Today we're looking at Paddle Paddle Paddle, developed by ZoroArts and released on March 21st, 2025 on Steam. Paddle 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 is an exciting action racing sports game that can be played solo, or if you really don't value your friends and relationships, you can play it in co-op as well. This game was not designed to be easy, although the controls are tight and responsive. You have been warned, this game may induce rage. For this review, I played the main game in solo mode, and although I personally found a lot of elements of this game to be incredibly challenging, I always saw this game as beatable. The physics of Paddle 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 aren't forgivable in so much as they are simply fair. The crash detection is accurate, the ledges give you a realistic amount of leeway, and your movement feels 100% under your control. So when you crash, and you will crash a lot, you will 100% accept it, pick up your paddle and go again. This game is challenging more than it is difficult, which is exactly why this makes Paddle one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had in gaming for quite some time. So while I will be giving you my honest, unbiased opinions here, I'm mainly here to boast, to brag, and to chronicle my epic journey to that fabled finish line. But first we must start at the start because that's where it started. Whether you are playing in solo or co-op mode, the game drops you off here, in this wide open space with plenty of room. This gives you the false sense of security that everything is going to be plain sailing from here on in, which it is not. Once you get to the tunnel, the objective is simple. Stay in the middle and avoid the rotating spikes. Avoid the rotating spikes. I said avoid the rotating spikes. Anyway, once you've mastered that, you'll come to this windmill of spikes that you have to row past. This game immediately tests everything, from your timing, coordination, teamwork if you're playing in co-op, and most importantly, your patience. Once through, you'll reach the first checkpoints of the game. Hey look, you see that green bar at the top? Well, going from left to right, that's the course. The yellow lines are the checkpoints, and the red dot, that's you. This game has barely started. I won't spoil the whole game for you, and I certainly won't be giving you too many hints and tips. I genuinely think that you need to experience this game for yourself. Here you come to a T-junction where you have a choice. Turn left, which is easier. Not easy, just easier. But if you go right, then you'll find a very fun aspect to this game. A prize for your hard work. As you move through the map, you'll come across shiny golden collectibles which give you alternate skins for your boat and your paddles. My personal favourites were the hot dog and the scythes, and the shark with the guitars. Now, if you thought this game was all about turning left and right, then you were sadly mistaken. There's also parts where you need to utilize speed boosts and jumps to navigate the obstacles. You'll need to row extremely tight lines to get to the other side, row across rotating platforms made of water. Oh, and a little tip for you here, the world moves, but you don't. So don't sit around and expect a free ride, you need to paddle. And be really wary of these buttons. They do not dispense a treat. Unless your idea of a good time is panic and anxiety, of course. For instance, this button raises a door that is timed, and if you don't make it to the door in time, you are fucked. And that is not the only time mechanic this game utilizes with a button. Here you'll be subjected to a run where you need to be fast, but not too fast. As the water in front of you appears, the water behind you disappears, and it's on you to stay on track without falling through the world. The mechanic reappears throughout the game, and if you're like me, you'll have the same dreaded flashbacks as I did every single time. The rotating world also returns in different ways, like here when the world is multiple platforms forcing you to paddle in a circle, and here where there are multiple rotating worlds giving you an urgent kick up the arse to make it to the other side. This button is a little different. It's a challenge of urgency. It's a challenge of memory, and even though I sucked at it, it was actually one of my favorites. The top-down view shows you the route, and you will need to paddle onto the void and memorize the route. Incredibly hard, but like with a lot of this game, incredibly rewarding as well. I almost forgot about the amount of lava I ate trying to accomplish this. And if you thought that this game was set entirely on a boat through water, then again, that was foolish of you. You can also fly, as demonstrated here. You can also flap, which you'd think I'd be good at, all things considered, but I wasn't. You can also slingshot yourself across the lava. This one was a lot of fun. In fact, this entire game was a lot of fun. I honestly can't speak highly enough of it. Paddle 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 really makes you work for your victories. The test of memory through the tunnels was ingenious. The math quiz through the waterfalls was satisfying. Racing through the spikes was thrilling. Well, most of the time. Well, some of the time. Well, that last one we got there. The entire map is filled with obstacles to keep you on your toes, from the spikes to the windmills, the upside down stretch that made me feel slightly seasick, the changing currents that forces you to almost row backwards to avoid falling off the edge, and the unforgiving winds that will blow you off course and to an untimely fall. There is never a dull moment with this game, and one thing that I loved about going through this course was the voiceover work, expertly provided by Dr. Kendo, who really brought the characters to life with the emotes of struggle, yelps of pure glee in the jumps, and the blood-curdling screams of agony when you mess up. A fantastic job all round. One thing that I've grown to dislike about the rage game genre is the feeling of being punished. Paddle 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 is not like that. There's a real sense of reward when making it further through the map. Even the animation of getting hit by a cannonball is hard to get angry at. And when you finally do get to the end, you'll be presented with yet another button. I'm not going to show you what this one does, you'll have to find out for yourself, like I did, the hard way. But rest assured, when you get to the finish line, you'll have earned it. My time was 3 hours, 6 minutes, 27.205 seconds. And you're damn skippy, I'll be back to shave some time off. So if you want me to try the race mode or bring Paddle 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 to my Twitch channel, let me know in the comments. In fact, this game has Twitch integration, so you watching me can make this course even harder for me if you wish. A tremendous addition to this game. And just looking at this wide array of options in the game which allow for more accessibility, more approachability, and even more availability to more players with varying PC specs, it's clear that ZoroArts made this game with a healthy amount of love and an infectious amount of passion and care. And seriously, for less than $5 on Steam, you should go and add this to your library now. In fact, ZoroArts is currently working on new maps and functionality for mobile gaming, and I cannot wait. Matteo, you've done an awesome job. Thank you.
This looks like a wild ride. Yeah!